Hey everybody, Captain Algebra here, back again with another pickups video. This is for July of 2016. Got quite a bit here, so we'll get started right away. The first thing I did was a Craigslist find. Guy had a Game Boy Advance with, I don't know, like 17 games, something like that. I already had a Game Boy SP, but I thought at the time, you know, I'd like to have a Game Boy Advance too. And then there are a couple games I was interested in the lot, and it was for a decent price, so I thought I'd go for it. So most of it's just filler, but we've got, let's see, Bratz Rock Angel, so again, the game I won't play much. Shamu's Deep Sea Adventures. We got Disney's Treasure Planet. Spider-Man 2. Sean Palmer's Pro Snowboarder. Disney's The Little Mermaid. Yu-Gi-Oh! Dice. What was that? Dungeon Dice Monsters, that's what it is. Disney's Home on the Range. F-24 Stealth Fighter. Frogger's Adventures. Spy Kids Challenger. Tony Hawk's Underground. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Disney's The Incredible. So now we're getting to some of the games that I actually enjoyed. You know, I played through Incredibles. It was a fun little beat 'em up game. It gets kind of boring. I think there's like 40 levels. It gets pretty repetitive, but it was a pretty fun game to beat. Then we got Crash Bandicoot Purple. This fun game. I really like the Crash and the Spyro series, so it's cool that they have a crossover. So now I'm just looking for the Spyro Orange. And then probably the best one in the lot was Klonoa, Empire of Dreams. So that's a fun game. And I said there was a Game Boy Advance in there too, and once I got it, I realized, you know, I'm never going to use it. Just, you know, I like the SP much better. It's got the backlight, looks better. So I ended up just trading it, putting it towards credit at the game store. Next, I went to, let's see, the game store, and then with the credit that I found, I got a couple more Game Boy Advance games and a GameCube game. So we've got Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. So one I was looking for a while. Lego Star Wars video game. Huge Star Wars fan, so that was fun to get. And then Legend of Zelda Link to the Past plus 4 Swords. And then for GameCube, I got The Legend of Zelda 4 Swords Adventures. So before this lot and those couple of Game Boy Advance games, I had a total of 2 Game Boy Advance games. So that was a big reason I went for that lot, just to kind of get a bigger library for Game Boy Advance. So that was good. Next, most of this stuff just came from some garage sales around town. Nothing too spectacular. First one was a Wii, Cabela's Dangerous Huts 2013. I wasn't sure what to think of this. I just picked it up because it was cheap, but it's actually quite a bit of fun. You know, it's good use of the Wiimote for the Wii. And then we got Star Wars Clone Wars Lightsaber Duels. Fun little game. And then continuing, went to another, or a few more garage sales. So we got a couple Harry Potter games. We got the Goblet of Fire for PS2. And then we've got Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone for PS2. And then True Crime, New York City on the GameCube. Iron Man 2 for Xbox 360. Assassin's Creed 2. Gears of War. Gears of War 2. And then one I've been looking for a very long time. For GameCube, Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. I was a little worried at first. This disc looked pretty scratched and the case was beat up, but it was $1.50, so I thought, you know, go for it, and it works just fine. So I'm glad I picked that up. And at the same place I got that Paper Mario, they had a Game Boy Advance case, so I just opened it up. They had $5 for it, so I had a case with a Game Boy Advance, and inside it had 2 Pokemon Reds and a Pokemon Blue. So Pokemon Blue obviously doesn't have a label, so I'm gonna need to upgrade it at some point. But I didn't have Pokemon Blue, and plus, like I said, for $5 for all that, I was willing to go for it. And I still have a Pokemon Red. This one, the battery doesn't work, so I got to replace that, and then I'll probably trade it. And then the other Pokemon Red, I sold it. I along with that Game Boy Advance SP because I already had one, for Game Gear, which I'd been looking for a while. So I picked up a Game Gear finally. Didn't play this much as a kid. I think I played it once. I don't remember who had it, which one of my friends. But it was, one of the things I didn't have in my collection, so I wanted to start collecting for Game Gear. And then with it came 5 games. So we've got World Series Baseball, FIFA International Soccer, Zoop, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and Sonic Spinball. So the Pokemon Red I had was pretty beat up, and that Game Boy Advance SP, so I thought it was a pretty good trade to get that Game Gear in those games, especially since I was looking for the Game Gear and I already have an SP that was in pretty good condition. Next, last month I got bought a Wii U, so I picked up the NES Remix pack. I've been having a lot of fun with this one. Next, more garage sales. I think this all came from one garage sale. Can't remember. We had SmackDown vs. Raw 2009 for the Wii. Just Dance. Wii Fit. Wii Play. And for the 360, Fable 3. They also had a Wii. And I think with those games and the Wii and the Wii Fit board and everything, at the total was like $35. So I already have a Wii, so I ended up trading the Wii in. And that itself I got, I think, $34, so that pretty much paid for itself. And then I went to the game store and I picked up for N64 Mario Party 2. It was the only Mario Party game I did not have for the Nintendo 64 yet, so that completes that subset for me. And then I went back a few days later and found a game I've been looking for a while, and that's The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask Collector's Edition in box. It does not have the manual, but the box is in pretty good condition. So now I just got to make sure I get some cases to protect these complete box games. But there you can see it's very good condition. So I've got Ocarina of Time. I just need to find the collector's edition for that one. Moving on, went home to visit family, and then there's a game store I always stop by when I'm there, and then to the flea market. Flea market wasn't too great, but I did find for NES Tetris, classic puzzle game. I've been looking for it for a while. And then I just asked the guy who was telling me if he had any other any video games, and he said, what are you looking for? And I told him, he says, well, I've got, like 3,000 at home. I just don't bring the good ones to the flea markets. And so we exchanged numbers, and I gave him a list of some games that I was looking for, and he said he'd try to bring some in for the next day, just because there was another flea market in my hometown that he was going to be at. Unfortunately, he didn't bring any of the games I was looking for. I guess he got home late and didn't have a lot of time to look for some stuff, but he brought a lot of Game Boy games. So I found some that I was interested in, and so we've got for the Game Boy Advance, Sonic Advance 2, and then Donkey Kong Land for the Game Boy. Donkey Kong Land is one of those games I had for Game Boy as a kid until I sold them all off when I was in middle school, and so I'm slowly trying to collect all the old Game Boy games I used to have. I'm pretty close. I think I'm just missing The Simpsons, Bart vs. Juggernauts. Let's see what else. Pipe Dream, and Metroid Return of Samus. Those are the 3 I think I'm missing from when I was a kid. So hopefully I'll get those pretty soon. And then the game store is the last stuff I ended up getting. And so we've got Spyro 2 Seasons of Flame complete in box for the Game Boy Advance. Grand Theft Auto 3 for PlayStation 2. I actually had this game in high school, but we used to spend a lot of time after school playing video games with my buddies, and I ended up leaving at school once, and someone must have taken it, so I lost it, so I was glad to get it back. And then to complete some more Tetris games, I got Tetris 2 on the NES, complete in box, in a very nice box, so I was glad to find that. And then last, a game I've been looking for a very long time. Yes, it's got the dreaded rainbow for the NES. But it's a fun game. I've really enjoyed it so far. That's A Nightmare on Elm Street. I've actually been a pretty big fan of LJN on the NES. I don't think they're as bad as some people think they are. I enjoyed Nightmare on Elm Street. I really like Friday the 13th. Jaws was the LJN game we had growing up, and I used to play it all the time. I really enjoyed it. So I think they just kind of get a bad rap. But yeah, that's my month of July. August is going to be a pretty busy month with getting back into school. And then my wife and I have 4 weddings. And so it's going to be pretty expensive for that kind of stuff with hotels and wedding gifts and stuff. So this month probably won't be as big, but I'm hoping to get some stuff. I know Video Games Monthly should be coming within the next week or two, so that'll be good. But I'll probably look here and there for some games that I've really been wanting. Maybe I'll even look on eBay. I don't do that too often, but hopefully I'll have some good stuff for you next month. As you can see, I've had quite a bit of complete in box this month, which is good. I always enjoy finding those. And for that Majora's Mask, I'm hoping to just get a manual off eBay pretty soon so I can have that complete. I think that's it. Like, comment, subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, this is Captain Algebra signing off.